Hello again, everybody. We're back for round 2. This time, Tarvalar will be playing the Hunters, and Strider656 will be playing Dracula. Anybody who tuned into the last game will know that it was extremely exciting and also extremely brief. And I won't spoil it any further for anybody who wants to go back and watch it. But, wow. Very crazy game. And we're back for the second round of this doubleheader. And we'll see how Strider manages as Dracula this time. So we'll begin with the typical bunch of supplying that typifies the first week of the game. Hello again, welcome, thank you for joining us. Always glad to be here, and Kazakh will be back shortly as well. Dracula thinking about where to begin, amongst other things.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
Bit of
What are you talking?
bit of strange banter going on, and Dracula thinking about where to start, thinking about other things as well. We got.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Scott Sword start. They're talking about clothing choices or lack of clothing choices. Myself, I prefer a good cape.
Yeah, I really like being caped. It makes you feel protected, especially against some pesky, magical dust.
Hired scouts. Will we find Dracula? Now that would be something. Nope. No Amsterdam start, it looks like.
Okay. So you have, I see, you have the second stream, right?
Yes, we're up and running. Now, what if you
great.
want to start in Amsterdam, but you're worried about hired scouts? You could start in Hamburg instead, and then wolf form to Amsterdam on your first turn. And then you dodge the Brussels Cologne scouts.
The better thing is to start either Leipzig or Frankfurt and wolf form from there, because these are actually decent lair locations. Not prime, but decent. My league game versus who was it? Versus Fangs of Fire. I actually did a Hamburg start and I went back to lair in 30 with double combat vamp, and it was pretty decent. I did fumble the game a little bit, so I didn't win in the end, but I did well, and it was a really good start, I think.
Could start at Strasbourg or Le Havre as well. Turn those into lairs. Maybe make a lair out of Paris.
True, but probably with the Strasbourg both and Le Havre is that they're easier to reach when you go back to the lair, you know. And so you can be like jumped 3v1, 4v1, and then what does it matter that you're in the lair with two encounters? Not much.
What's the best place on the board for lairs?
East, obviously.
49-59. That's what I think.
50, 46, 55. With lairs, it is how easy for hunters it is to reach you, so they can do more than 2v1. And how limited are you by consecrated ground, if hunters have it? For example, doing lair in Berlin, Prague, or Florence is, quite risky endeavor.
See, I like going from the middle of the board into the east, and you go through Zagreb and you go through Sarajevo, and then you end up, you leave by the Ionian or the Adriatic or something like that. And now the hunters that are in the east, they have to go back west. And the fastest way to do that is usually going through 49 and 59. And if those are layered, they have to go there and they get jumped on their way back to
I
the
see
west.
what you're saying. Yeah, I had different type of lairs in my head. Lairs as you go back there for
Right. I'm
multiple
thinking more
encounters.
just like layers that you're hoping they have to jump on at some point and get some extra
Yeah.
value out of your cards.
So one of the prime ones is Munich and Marseilles.
Right.
Because whenever you go to the sea, hunters usually want to either stay at Marseilles, oh that is nasty, or move past the Marseilles. And I remember I had a game, I think against Mr. Green, when I put Reckless into lair in Munich, not with idea to coming back, it just whenever hunters were passing east and then going back west, I think I had 3 ambushes from that Reckless Vamp and about 4 points or something.
Nice, yeah.
And it was ridiculous.
That's what you want to see.
Yeah.
Mina showing Hypnosis. That's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, that was her first event, right?
Yeah, I think she just drew it right off the rip.
We can also talk a little bit about last game. What do we think? During the little break, I had a few little thoughts. What? Dark Call? Strider. Yeah, he has some fond memories of it.
Coming next, maybe a hide too.
Yeah, probably hide and feed. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, why did he go to Marseille when he could have gone to Clermont-Ferrand?
I do like. I think everything was going well for him. If he used escape as bats from Helsing, not Mina, he would be in a really good spot anyway.
Yeah.
And yes, he lost 8th health, but all of the heavenly hosts are in the discard because Hunter discarded 1 early. Hunters would be lower on items. It would be not easy for them to catch him up again after the escape as bats. They would need to resupply, right? He would have Vamp matured. So yes, he lost 8 health, but then if he places a soil, it is guaranteed matured. He feeds once and he's back 6 health. But Hunters expanded 2 heavenly hosts, get slowed down, and he has escape as bat, right?
You could even, you could escape as bat to Munich, wolf form to Budapest, and then you're just 2 cities from the castle.
Yeah. Wouldn't be that bad because if there's no heavenly hosts, the CG is not that. One of the banes for Castle Dracula is CG. Because whenever you go there, it is extremely hard to walk out. But with 3 heavenly hosts out and hunters being slowed down because of loss of the items, right? You can go to the Castle Dragon, basically heal almost to full. So it does look scary. That oh no, 8 health to heavenly hosts, right? But in this situation, if you just escape as bat from Helsing there, then you're Gucci.
Yeah. However much damage Dracula takes, if they don't have the follow-up, the knockout punch, then not really that bad a situation.
Yeah. There was. Oh wait, there was Agi right in play.
So he
Do you remember correctly or not?
Yeah, there was Aggie in play, so he'd
I
have been
forgot
down to
about
like 3 health or
5
something
health.
like that. 5.
Five. 8 from double heading holes and 2 from the Agi. So it would be more scary because heroic leap you would need to plan about feeding soon probably, and some 1v1s would be more nasty. Okay, so that would be more scary situation. Then in that case, maybe double, like think twice about going to Mercedes, but I'm not sure. Still, it is still hard to catch Dracula sometimes when he escapes his bats, and you need to resupply after the form. Yeah.
And then you can misdirect your escape his bat location too.
Yeah, and that you have no CG threat, right? So entire map is open. It's not like, oh, I just need to sniff around Prague just to make sure, but I don't need to be too cautious because Draculas are afraid of going there. Ooh, a lot of good items being discarded. So this is that weird situation. Aki doesn't help, obviously, but I don't think it was as bad. Hunters discard a lot of good stuff here. That's interesting.
Yeah, lost rifle.
Wait, newspaper.
Rifle, knife.
Newspaper reports is discarded.
Newspaper reports is discarded. What's going on?
Yeah, when was that? Is this a misclick? What did just happen?
That is crazy. I guess there was no opportunity to play it immediately, or you would have been forced to.
Yeah, but it would be multiple days ago. Basically, when the misdirect was on a trail on the third spot, but it seems that it was discarded fairly recently. So what is happening there? I don't understand. I think hunters need no newspapers now.
What is
happening? This is some misclick.
Yeah, it must have been a mistake.
Is Tarvalar tilted through the because of the previous game? What is happening? He interesting. When I played with him, he seemed to be so chill, and Lucky Find discarded now. This is super weird. This is not normal.
No, there's nothing normal about discarding newspaper reports in the first week.
Yeah, and then not having newspapers, right? If you have in hand CG and double renewed Riggers, and why do you night supply then? No, then different question. And it is week 1 and scouts didn't hit. Would you keep newspapers over renewed vigor?
I would probably discard the newspapers.
This is something really weird happening. I'm not 100% sure myself, because if you already have CG and renewed vigor, if you're not disrupted by early matures or some wild undiscovered lairs being built, maybe you don't need the second renewed vigor. I don't know.
Maybe he's thinking, I'll just let Dracula mature his vampire and then we'll know where he went.
But
and so newspapers will be irrelevant.
I don't know. Look, Auroras. This is okay. But the first card is hoax, right?
You would think.
I would.
Could
The
be
trail
5
looks like
cards.
it. Yeah.
Heck, you could even put a spy down first. I don't love
True.
that, but it can be useful if you're planning on them getting to the encounter, right? Like you're saying to yourself, they're gonna get newspaper reports, right? So they're gonna go
and not discard it.
yeah, exactly. They're gonna go to my first encounter. They're gonna get hit by the spy, and now they'll have to deal with the fighter vamp, but they don't have their weapon anymore.
You know what? I quite like the idea, and maybe they discard the rifle, and the
Right.
vamp is on the saboteur, so actually you can stop multiple hunters there. You know, I think you're onto something. I like it.
And if the spy matures anyway, that's not the worst thing in the world either, because you get a spy
Or you can
on
layer it.
anybody you want. Or you can layer it.
Yeah. Or you can layer it. And layer with a spy. A spy is so good with everything.
Yeah,
This is...
there's worse things you could put down first than a spy. I don't think it's a terrible idea. Oh, Wakazi, you should have been there for this one game I played. I was Dracula, and I forget who I was playing, regretfully. But my opponent, he started 3 hunters in Munich, right? And so I put down my first encounter in Geneva, and it was wolves. And I got to mature the wolves. And so I targeted all 3 hunters in Munich with it, and guess what? Every one of them revealed 2 weapons, and I didn't get a single damage off of it.
Yeah, okay.
It was so funny.
That's funny.
But I did get to learn about all their weapons, but then they just traded and moved the weapons around.
Yeah. You know what they could have done? Just show one weapon, and because they're standing with Seward, just everyone action
just
deal damage. Yes.
Oh, newspapers!
Amsterdam! Oh my!
Amsterdam with
You were
heart.
right.
Yeah, look at that. But he didn't wolf form there from his starting location. He put down an encounter first.
Yeah, you can say that maybe he was too far and he was going towards the Amsterdam, you know?
And he wolf formed there probably in response to the hired scouts. Like he saw the hired scouts check Brussels and Cologne, and then Strider said to himself, "Ooh, I've got a crafty idea. I'll wolf form there now."
Yeah. Actually, Amsterdam is like reasonably reachable, right? That hunters, if they had the earlier newspapers, they would be able to stop it fairly easy.
So do you start Van Helsing in Edinburgh instead, if you're worried about Amsterdam? Sorry.
I did consider that. This is, with this start, I think this is very reasonable. It is better against Amsterdam, better against East. Little bit issue is it is more difficult if you have some awkward train tickets or items. Oh my, this is devastation. I don't want.
And when
I don't want certain person to win. Okay.
When the vampire matures, it's only gonna clear power cards too.
Yeah. I mean, it would be better if that were normal movement cards, because it would obfuscate Dracula position more. Right now, we know he's exactly Cologne or Brussels.
Right.
So if hunters have some power cards, like killing power with renewed vigor for wards, and let's say, for example, Lucy Revenge, they can totally try to catch him and kill him with two. This can be a strategy.
Maybe
But,
go on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe he's in Strasbourg right now.
Yeah, that's reasonable because Wolfform falls off. I don't like Wolfforming of cooldown because you leave yourself vulnerable. What if hunters do find you fairly early? Then you have literally nothing, almost nothing to respond to when CG or Unit Vigor hits you. So I tend to hold off my wolf form longer, which sometimes is a downside, because if you wolf form more often, it leaves some difficulties to find your trail.
Yes, you will. It can be tricky. I mean, you have to consider how much information the hunters have, and how much obfuscation you have about your location.
Yeah.
But sometimes they'll end up figuring out a little more than you intended, and now you wish that you had wolf formed.
I had a funny game against Fangs of Fire, actually, that I did week 1 wolf form, just to do stuff with my trail. Yeah, oh, okay, the classic.
Oh, and Dracula's there!
Oh no!
With his girlfriend.
Wait, yeah.
Right.
Wait, both escape routes. No, one escape route is being discarded, and so maybe he does have something.
Maybe he has a holy circle.
I don't think so, because two holy circles were discarded in the first item rotation, and one is discarded right now, so odds for that are very, very low.
Wonder what Dracula's event is. Maybe he has an enraged or something.
Yeah, enraged. Yeah, double claws to murder his ass. The thing is that he can literally feed in place if he gets some damage, because hunters don't have easy way to. I mean, with renewed vigors, actually, it can be 2v1 in some niche scenarios, maybe 3v1 too. Well, probably not.
This will be an interesting fight.
Let's see.
Is he going to claw Van Helsing down? Will Van Helsing pull out a gun and shoot him?
Yeah, Van Helsing did discard rifle already, right? Or something like that. So, presumably Van Helsing already has one rifle.
And maybe Heavenly Host.
Claws, that makes sense. No, why do you punch us, Van Helsing?
Van Helsing, you're too old to be trying to punch the vampire out.
Yeah, especially that you're not afraid of being actually Van Helsing. This is the unique scenario. You don't want to be punching because you are not afraid to die from bite.
Yeah.
And then again, since health is your issue, if you're mesmerized, fangs don't deal you damage. So actually being mesmerized kind of protects you from dying. Right?
Yeah, Van Helsing's a fragile, frail old man. He's
the
last one you want throwing punches.
Yeah, so you should always punch, in my opinion, is a straight up mistake. Fangs into dodge. Okay, prolonging. What is your hope? What is your hope now?
You either escape, hoping it's a strength, or maybe he has double fangs.
He's out of damage. Double fangs. Okay. Right. Yeah, that's great strength. So why didn't he escape? This is super weird. You're not getting anything out of this combat. You just escape round 2. He's afraid of second claws, but speed, you die. I don't know. This is.
Well, he did deal Dracula damage.
And also gave him up to the points, right? You just escape round. So why don't you escape turn 1?
Yeah.
Especially if you have great strength. You basically never die there.
Yeah, you escape for sure. Unless you're going to throw out the rifle, trying to call out the claws.
Sometimes you can. Oh, that was good turn because basically on I know what he and now he's strength for claws, guess. Huh. I think it was good turn to escape.
I think so
It
too.
is
You've
basically
seen one
he-
claws, you've seen two fangs.
and one strength, yeah. Maybe Dracula is out of stuff.
Yeah,
That's your
maybe you
only
escape,
hope.
maybe you escape now.
Or 50-50, basically.
It's escape or claws, yeah.
Yeah, for hunters, in theory, slightly better is playing rifle because it has better outcomes.
Escape.
Oh,
Oh, he's
I
shooting!
was
He's
mistaken.
making a stand!
No, he's plotting.
He's making a, if he's going down, he's going down swinging.
Yeah, but he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead now because of plotting.
Yeah, that was really good
Now-
play by Strider.
Unfortunately, he's probably gonna plot for the fangs here and fang you.
No, he can't plot for fangs.
Oh, he played fangs twice. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
It's strength then.
Every
Claws.
Dracula. Why did you play? He should have played strength, not claws. What if he had pistol? That would be fun.
That would have been funny.
Yeah.
Okay, well, on the plus
That-
side, you know, we did 3 damage to Dracula. Could be worse.
Could be.
Could be worse.
Could be.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. It could.
Not to be too critical, of course, but he had some better options, I think, than punching.
You're so kind.
I mean, when you're holding on to great strength, yeah, use that
Yeah.
to just protect you while you escape. And then what's Dracula gonna do? You know, he's gonna go to sea. He's gonna wolf form. At that point, you have options. You can have Van Helsing stay there and stake the vampire, supply for a few days or something.
I can bet Van Helsing had horse, so basically hunters are screwed. But you are right. It wouldn't be too good position for Drac, because going anywhere doesn't have many good options.
Yeah. No matter
even
where
for
you wolf
wolf
form
form.
to, you're kind of, unless you go to
Yeah.
Amsterdam, I mean, you're kind of wolf forming closer to the hunters.
Yeah, hunters have a lot of events, are well supplied. Literally, you could die the very next day.
Off to sea.
That makes those
Stake
items.
rifle. And an unknown event.
Yeah, and unknown tickets.
Still a lot of game to be played here, though. I mean, it's
Yes.
unfortunate you're gonna have to kill every vampire on the trail at this point, unless you can, just jump Dracula that same turn.
Yeah. Also, you need to find probably how is it called? A vampire too, because it isn't too difficult at this point for Dracula to avoid hunters until the very last landing
Yeah.
with a single step.
He can play a
The
very
last-
avoidant style at this point.
Yeah, especially that hunters cannot risk letting anything mature at this point. And what matured was reckless out of all, not reckless, aristocratic, so also not good for hunters. So it is very nasty.
Would you rather, let's say you have opening hand as Dracula, and you have a new vampire and a reckless vampire, right? And you're gonna put one of them down and put a rumor token all on it, right? Would you rather put down the reckless in hopes that you get your 7-point mature? Or would you rather put down the new vampire? This could be bad. Would you rather put down the new vampire and the new vampire matures, and you only get 6 points, but now you can put the reckless down somewhere else and try to use its ability to get 7 or 8 points.
Okay. I think I can blow your mind. Are you ready for it?
Go.
For your mind being blown? You want me to blow your mind?
I would love nothing more.
I would have played New Vampire, then Reckless Vampire, and rumored Reckless Vampire, and waited for hunters to search the New Vampire without a stake, you know, probably trying to stop the hoax, and I have night fight with the New Vampire, and then my Reckless Vampire is maturing.
Yeah. Unless they move off of it and stake the reckless.
Then you have New Vampire that you can lair, go back to, and have really nasty and good lair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
And sometimes they go and stake the Reckless, right? And you have the backup New Vampire that you can mature. And, you know, they used up the stake, you still get 3 points. It can be better than most of the stars that you get of Dracula, anyway.
So is he in England? Or
Yes.
did he go to Nantes? I don't necessarily hate that he checked there. I think if you check there and Dracula is there, you might be able to just go ahead and kill him and end this whole headache.
Yes. On the other hand, what are the odds that he went there? Right?
Very slim. Very slim. But on the other hand, if Dracula did go to England, he's probably gonna, or there's a possibility at least that he could end up in the Irish Sea, and then so Godalmic's not really in the worst spot.
That's true. That's actually very true.
Then again, you have 2 vampires to kill here, and 2 stakes that Van Helsing lost. So maybe you actually need Godalming to help deal with these vampires. Okay, he's in Swansea, no surprise there.
Yeah, that would be funny if he wasn't. And hunters have CG and win the game. That would be very funny. But yeah. Well, New Vampire isn't that big of a deal, because 2v1, it takes a lot of time. That's true. Hunters still have quite a lot of time. So, you know. Ooh, Mina goes. Okay. It does seem that Stewart has a stake. Or Heroic Leap.
Seems like he does.
Ooh, what if this will be Summon Storms? That could be a little bit early. But that would explain all the ruckus of going around the Great Britain. Yeah.
Pass.
Dracula. Huh.
So
he wants to fight through the Reckless. Okay.
Maybe he's gonna try to kill it with a knife.
Yeah. Double knife action. He has 2 days to do that, which isn't too much.
The margin for error is just so small. That's what scares me.
Yeah.
Because you move Godalming to Nantes. So now, and you moved you moved Mina away too. So what's the plan?
Yeah.
Is Dr. Seward gonna deal with both of these?
Oh,
is Van Helsing gonna deal with the new vampire?
Yeah, so what about the new vampire?
Seward searching it. No combat event. We're just gonna fight it straight up. Now, as Dracula here, I think you actually stay away from Fangs.
Yes, definitely. There's no point of fanging. I mean, apart from Heavenly Host, that's the only point.
Or a vampire lair coming up.
He does fang?
He's going for it.
Yeah, he's not getting points, okay? This is a win for hunters for now. This is reasonable to expect Heavenly Host, but also if your Reckless dies to Heavenly Host, Hunters are not seeing it for the rest of the game. Also, we know that John Stewart for sure has Heavenly Host. We can bet on that. Pistol. That are a little bit of troublesome items.
Now he's mesmerized.
Strap. Yeah, now strap and escape as missed. That would be fun. Okay, that's not good. If now I think instead of punch, probably dodge would be better. He has bullets, right? That's what it is about.
I guess. Tenacious little bugger. Here's the strength.
Ooh.
Oh, it's bats. Rifle.
Bats.
Yeah, I mean, wisely played by Strider. You want to keep this guy around for as long as you possibly can. Even if he's not going to mature, you want to cause as much grief as you possibly can with this thing.
And for now, it does seem, I think we can know Steward items that is Heavenly Host, pistol, and bullets. It seemed a little bit like this. Well, otherwise, why is he only punching and pistoling in such a dire situation?
Yeah, especially once he's mesmerized.
If he had knife, yeah, basically, if you have knives, you definitely want to use a knife.
Unless you play Renewed Vigor tomorrow, Van Helsing's not going to be able to get to this Reckless.
We've charted courage.
Yeah, that could do it. Oh no!
Okay.
Oh
that's
no! Well, he'll still get to fight it.
Yeah, night fight. Yeah.
But he passed. Why did he pass? You gotta search it and try to fight it.
Yeah, he just surrenders.
So it would
well,
seem.
then there's new vamp, right? Well, maybe he just didn't have spirit for it.
Yeah.
Well,
bit unfortunate.
That was good performance by Strider, I have to say.
Yeah, a lot of good decisions made.
Yeah, I like them. I really. This is funny, you know. I remember when I started playing back in my day, you know. Younglings don't remember, but there were no computers there back then. Just the humanity just invented the press, and when hunters were moving around, they basically knew where the Dracula isn't because Dracula was just scurrying away. You know, Le Havre, never thought, never even considered an option.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I think setting the old trap for Van Helsing and Le Havre isn't terribly uncommon.
Yeah, and right now, Draculas understand that avoiding hunters is simply not good enough, and sometimes going under hunters is something that can give you the W, right?
Yes. However, if great strength had been applied a little better, if the combat had gone a little differently, where does that leave Dracula? Surrounded by hunters, with no choice but really to go to the English Channel. All other choices being quite risky.
I agree.
And you're forcing him to sea really early on in the game.
Yes. To be honest, Dracula would have 7 points, and Hawks matured, a double vamp trail already. So it wouldn't be the best spot. Probably for Dracula to avoid the situation, you're right, could have been better. But getting rid or out the great strength, pushing out or heavily damaging Helsing, so he cannot really participate or deal with the new vampire. Ah no, he had stakes.
He had 2
Right.
stakes, yeah. I mean,
He was able, yeah.
it would have still been anybody's game at that point, but yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, you
that
can
would be.
get Dr. Seward to Van Helsing. You can have Van Helsing
Yeah.
rest up pretty
Yeah.
efficiently.
Yeah,
You
or just Stewart Van Helsing trades off the stakes.
Yep.
The Helsing's death there was a tragedy for hunters, because with double stake, that would be no issue.
Yeah.
Dracula is locked in England. Hunters will have hypnosis, so they are prepared for the phase after England already, right?
You clear up the trail with those stakes with no real trouble.
Yeah.
You start sending
Exactly.
some of the hunters to England to flush Dracula
Yes.
out. Dracula
Yes.
has no choice but to go back to sea, land somewhere. You play hypnosis.
Yeah.
Now his wolf form's gonna be gone, and you just chase him for that final stretch. And
Yeah,
win off of
that definitely could be an equal game, actually. The Darkness Returns helps tremendously. Helps a lot.
A lot.
It does help a lot.
Yes, but it's
my
still,
first
still
language.
anybody's game at that point.
Yeah.
Yes, we all know you speak Transylvanian natively.
Yes. It is not Polish. It is Transylvanian. Yeah. So.
Well, thanks for joining, buddy.
Thanks for the opportunity. I was waiting for it a long time.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to have you on and listen to some of your expertise to educate the streaming audience a bit, as well as myself.
Yeah, it was nice to accompany you. I just hope that Tralala is fine, because usually he's just cracking jokes left and right with no care what is happening. But he did seem a little bit tense. So
tough situations, tough games.
Yeah.
Cause a little stress. It's understandable. I've been there.
That's
Who hasn't
true.
been there?
True. I agree.
Alright, everybody, thanks for joining for a couple of very wacky games. And we'll see you next time for some more Fury of Dracula.